Hey Keith, how's it going?
It's fine, thank you.
Good, good. All right. Couple more people coming in here. Awesome, awesome. Hi Ed. Hello Kate.
Hey, Mark.
Hey Mark, how you doing today?
I am awesome.
All right, love it. Hey, happy Friday, everyone.
You too.
We got a couple. Well, let's see where we at. Just about 4 o'clock on the dot. I'm expecting one or two more people to show up. A little bit of a lighter crowd today. Of course, as I was getting ready for this thing this afternoon, I had technical difficulties, but I think we're going to be okay. Hey, Amanda.
Hello. Sorry about being a little bit late. I got called into the clinic this afternoon. I just got back to my computer.
Oh, you're having a day already.
It has been, and it started at my son's IEP meeting at 7:30 this morning.
You're not late. My computer says 4 o'clock on the dot, so
There we go.
you're
I
okay.
made it.
Okay. Well, I may as well get started here. Um, hey everyone, and welcome to the Clients on Demand workshop, where I'm going to show you how to attract and activate customers who still need your services and products, even in today's unpredictable and competitive market. So I want to share with you some insights that I've seen lately that are going to help you to be able to attract people into your world and turn them into conversions. So let's jump into it. A lot of what I've been hearing and just talking to some small business owners, some of them feel like things are just a little bit slower right now. People are finding them the way they used to in the past, or are not finding them the way they used to in the past. And some are saying that they've been doing a lot of stuff online, but it just doesn't seem to be working the way it used to. So, and they're frustrated because they're trying everything they know. It's just not working the way it used to. So I've heard people say that they have leads coming in too, but after they go through the sales process, they just don't come back. They're ghosting, not giving a good reason as to why they're not moving forward. So those things can all lead to a lot of people feeling like they're hitting a dead end. And so we want marketing that actually works. We want to be found by the right people. Um, I know that a lot of small business owners would love to invest in marketing, but they just can't find the right service provider or the right tactic or the right strategy in order for them to understand that this is really working and it's getting them the result that they want, which is more customer activity. We want buyers, not browsers, not those tire kickers that tend to waste our time. They're not really that interested in buying. You have to do a lot of convincing with those people that they need what you're selling instead of, actual buyers. The buyers are the people who are hot. They're ready. They know what they need. They value you and they're ready to move forward with the services you're providing. So the question is, what excites you? What idea or which question excites you the most here? Is it being found by the right people? Is it marketing that actually works, or is it just getting in front of more buyers and not those tire kickers? If you have a chance, just put something in the chat there. Number one, is it being found by the right people that excites you, or is it two, marketing that actually works that you're willing to invest in, or is it three, getting you in front of more actual buyers rather than tire kickers? Not tire kickers, says Keith. Heads right there. All three, but mostly number one. Okay. So if you're looking for any one of those three things or all of those three things, then you're going to be in the right spot, because what we're covering today is the three secrets that are going to help you attract and activate customers who still need your services and products, even in today's unpredictable and competitive market. So the first secret, and I got ahead of myself here a little bit, but the first secret is why now is the time to attract customers. And there's still tons and tons of opportunity to do it. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you. The second is that there's a real reason that nobody's buying from you, or that more people aren't buying from you. So if you feel like you're slower than you felt in the past, the sales aren't as easy as they were, there's some key reasons that might be happening. And I'm going to walk you through those to see which ones are currently affecting your business. And the third thing is how to find clients and customers who want your services or products right now. There are people out there who are looking for the exact thing, the product or service that you offer. They're just not getting it from you. So we want to tap into that. And I'm going to show you how you're able to do that effectively with strategies that are working today. Goodness. So I love this quote here from Roger Crawford. He still is a motivational speaker who was a Division I college tennis player with disabilities that affected all four of his limbs. So being challenged in life is inevitable, but being defeated is optional. So there are seasons in business where things are going great, right? And you're loving your business and it seems to be effortless and you're kind of in a flow. But that's also followed by seasons where it's like, gosh, I'm just getting beat up here. Things are not going the way you want. No matter what I try, it doesn't seem to work. And so the key thing in this statement is that being defeated is optional. Just the fact that you're here tells me that you're committed to your business's success. I'll tell you that one of the things I've learned through some challenging times in business is challenge breeds opportunity, right? On the opposite side of the challenges that we face have been some of the best seasons in business that I've experienced. And that's been proven time and time again. So if you're feeling challenged right now, if you're feeling like, gosh, this isn't as easy as it was in the past, then guess what? You're on the brink of getting right back into the flow and being able to have a business that's supporting you the way it has in the past. And so, there are two relatively recent changes that I faced, and which might be similar to some of the challenges that you faced. The first one was the recession in 2008, 2009. There was a housing crisis and a lot of financial uncertainty. That's also when the economy took a wrecking ball to the newspaper industry, and I lost my job. What followed, though, was a pivot into digital marketing at a time when businesses were looking for online marketing help. I spent 10 years gaining all kinds of experience working with a startup agency. Second challenge, of course, was the COVID-19 pandemic that started in 2020. That also led to a job loss and the decision to launch my own business. The uncertainty created by COVID created two kinds of business owners. Those who opted to wait it out, expecting that things would actually return to normal. Anybody feel like things are back to normal post-COVID? Yeah, didn't think so. We also saw businesses who doubled down. They were doing everything they could to make their businesses work. And I'll tell you that the people who did that probably experienced this, lots of blessings in disguise, right? Because it was those shifts that they needed to make in their business to survive that during that time that actually made their businesses stronger when things got better. So this forced me to make changes, and some of those changes are what led me to the training, insights, and guidance that I'm going to share with you today. So buckle up. Hope you're ready for that. Now, who is this for? If you're looking to fill your sales pipeline with new opportunities, you know, maybe that pipeline is feeling a little drier than it's felt in the past, and you want to see a nice, healthy pipeline, this is for you. Maybe you want to figure out which customers are actually looking to buy from you right now. There are lots of leads that seem a little colder, but they don't plan to buy today. Or you want to tap into past customers or rescue clients from buying from your competitors. Maybe there's a lot of people who used to work with you, but for now for some reason, they've moved on or they've stopped buying, or they're just buying from somebody else. If you could reach back into those people and get them back on board, that would be amazing for your business. Or maybe you want to find a new way to get in front of customers that need you but aren't looking yet. This is huge. People that are looking for you, they're great because they're hot leads and ready to buy. But more times than not, there are a lot more people who could use your help who aren't looking today. And we'll dive really, really deep into that here in a bit. So which of these do you feel are most needed by your business right now? Is it just, I need more people in my pipeline so I can take them through my sales process? Is it really figuring out which people need help today? Being able to tap back into past customers? Or is it just a way to get in front of people who aren't looking for you right now, but that you know you could help? Go ahead and put something in the chat. Let me know you're all awake. Yeah, getting in front of the folks who need you but don't know they need you. That's a good one, Kate. It's for finding people who are actually looking right now, getting in front of them. Good. So even if you need just one of these or maybe all of them, you're in the right place. And most of you have already met you, but just in case, talk a little bit about me. Just a moment. I started Whitmark Digital about 5 years ago, just to help local businesses and organizations understand and use digital marketing to increase customer activity. So I have more than 25 years of online media and marketing experience. I have clients, local clients like Walker's Pet Hotel, Schuster Homes, Tech Growth Strategies, which is a business consulting firm, and a Maine vacation rental company. Over the last 15 years altogether, I've worked with several hundred local business clients. And 2021, I started an email newsletter, which has been on hiatus the last couple of months, but will be starting again real soon. And my first career was in newspapers, and I was a newspaper reporter, editor, and online director for 30 years. So I also work with a collective of digital agencies around the world called Agency Coach. We come together to share best practice. So it's not like I'm tucked away here in the corner in Pittsburgh trying to figure out everything on my own. I meet regularly with other agency owners just like myself. We talk about things that are working, things that aren't working. What should we stop? What people are hearing out on the street. And it's been really invaluable to me to understand how other agency owners are working on things and helping their clients. In fact, I had two agency coach meetings earlier today. So let's get started here. So we're going to share some secrets. This is the first one we talked about. So why now is the time to attract customers and clients? And there's still plenty of opportunities to do that, because I'm hearing a lot of people that are saying there's just not as much ability to get customers right now. Leads are slowed down, customer activity is slowed down, people aren't buying the way they used to. I hear this over and over again, but what I'm seeing is really the opposite. When we start to look at trends and news online, we see that internet traffic is up, visibility is up. People are using the internet more than they ever have. They're out there looking for things and then trying to solve their problems. And if you pair that with the business's desire to be online and the necessity to be online, a lot of these customers are forcing more and more businesses to rely on online strategies you've used in the past, online strategies to meet them where they are. But some of the strategies that they've used in the past just aren't working like they used to. Maybe being in the phone book doesn't work anymore. Maybe some traditional marketing like newspapers, TV or radio aren't working like they used to, but it's because a lot of stuff is shifting online. If you aren't shifting and adapting with that, that might be one of the reasons you're feeling a slowdown. And that's okay, because we're here to share with you all the different things that are working now, so that you might be able to fill in some of those gaps and swap out some of the strategies that you've been relying on in the past. So none of this is really surprising. People are searching online, and that more and more businesses are shifting their focus online. Certainly not surprising to me. I use the internet more and more to solve problems and meet my needs, and more people are doing that. But I still hear, yeah, that might be true, but in my industry, it's not. It's just leads have slowed down and things aren't happening. So I did a little research on Google Trends, a website that lets you look at search volume for particular keywords over time. Some of this is old data, but it's as close to real time as Google can get. You can search Google Trends for yourself and have a look at a date range. Say, give me a graph that shows what search volume looks like for a particular keyword. Now, this is what it looks like when consumers lose interest in your product or services. You can see this one's really took a big dive. Anybody care to guess what search term I put in that looked like this? Well, that's a good guess. Telephone use. That's not the right answer, though. Anyone else want to take a crack? All right. The answer is Blockbuster. So we all know the story of Blockbuster. They got wiped out by Netflix by not responding to the online streaming as fast as they could. They kept with the in-store model, where you had to go down to the store, rent the DVD, and then you had to take it back. And it became inconvenient when somebody found a better way, and everybody shifted to that. And so Blockbuster went under. It was one of the big businesses that really just missed the boat. I wanted to show you this because this is what Google Trends looks like when people are no longer looking for a business or a service. So let's look at some other ones. This is HVAC. We're actually seeing more people searching for that service lately. It's just plumbers. Again, searches have been increasing. Lawyers, more searches. Dentists, pool cleaning. I hear you can see the seasonality for that service, but it doesn't look like Blockbuster. It doesn't slide off the scale because nobody's looking for it anymore. Pool building, window replacement is another example. On the upswing. Furniture looks steady. I tried to pull different businesses, different types of products and services. There's car dealerships, again, on the upswing. Tire shops. So the story is true over and over again. While you might feel like things have slowed down, it's not because people have stopped looking for you. It's because you're not doing the other steps still required to get in front of that audience. So it seems clear that the opportunity to sell goods and services still exists. The issue is that many businesses are not positioning themselves to take advantage of it. And most of them are telling themselves a story that people are not looking for them. And they're just not seeking their services anymore. And they're imagining a blockbuster curve that doesn't exist. So if you're feeling like that, then it's time to choose a news story. So check this out. This is what it looks like when something comes out of nowhere and is now generating a ton of interest. Anyone want to guess what the search term is that goes with this graph? So this is fun. I'm stumping you. There you go. AI, right? It's the new hot thing to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about AI, and there are a lot of searches that are happening for it. But I just wanted to show you that example because it's clear to see the trend. It's clear to see the trends in search for hot topics or for dead ones. And it's I hope you're seeing that there is opportunity out there now, and that it's time to take advantage of it. So staying on top of marketing is super important and super hard. We see small business owners all understand digital marketing and that it's important, but they don't have time to stay on top of it. Nearly half of them are flying blind. They don't really know whether or not their marketing is working. They clearly want to invest in marketing, but they don't know what to invest in. There are so many options out there that it's hard to choose. And even when they do, they just don't know if it's working or not because they're so busy focusing on their businesses. So what does this add up to? Well, if there's more internet traffic and there's increased opportunity and searches are growing and strong, and it's never been easier to reach your customer, this creates the perfect storm where your business could be in the spotlight right now. It's an awesome time to be in for your business to exist. So don't look back and wish that you had taken advantage of this opportunity, that you told yourself stories about why your business failed or was failing. Instead, choose a story if there's a lot of opportunity out there and position yourself so that you can take advantage of that. And so it's the best time in history to grow your business. We have so many different ways to get in front of a captive and active audience. It's looking for all the things that you have. So jump in with hope and certainty. And it's time for you to get loud, to make some noise and let people know that you're here so that you're not drowning in the noise of everyone else. You're standing out so people can find you and do business with you. So maybe it's time to be flexible and try some things that you've ignored and to start being a customer magnet. Gone are the days when you could just do anything, and by luck, your business was great. People were just coming to you and you didn't really need to try that hard. Maybe those times have changed. Maybe you need to try a little bit harder now, or at least understand what's affecting your ability to get in front of those people, because here's the truth. If you have a business and you want to stay strong in the next season of opportunity, then now is always the best time to attract customers, right? Now is the time. Even if you haven't focused on marketing in the past, maybe 5 years ago was the time to attract customers. The time to attract customers is now. It's like saying that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. So even if you missed the boat a couple times, today is the time to turn that around. So let's keep going to the secret number 2. The real reason nobody's buying from you. I get it. You're all in business, so somebody's buying from you, but sometimes it just feels like there aren't enough people buying, right? I want to break down 4 common reasons that I see that sales aren't happening. The good news is all these things can be fixed. All of these things, now that you're aware of them, are things you can easily fix so that people are now buying from you all over again. First reason people are not buying from you is that you're relying on passive prospects, passive lead flow. You're just waiting for prospects to come in. You're not taking any action. Imagine if you had a restaurant and you flipped over the close sign to show that you're open and nobody came in all day. And then you came in the next day, flipped over the sign, unlocked the door, opened the blinds, and nobody came in again. How many days would you let go by without doing anything? Probably not a lot, right? At some point, we'd probably go out on the sidewalk, try to wave people in, hand out flyers. You would do something. You wouldn't just sit there and wait for the prospects to come in. I know people who ran their businesses that way. They run on hot leads that are easy to sell, but they had no control over when a lead would come in. And the result is sort of a feast or famine cycle so many businesses are familiar with. It's a little like this picture. You go to the doctor's appointment a few minutes early to fill out all the paperwork, then you wait and wait. Patients come in after you and get called back before you. It's the same feeling of frustration and uncertainty. One reason people are not buying from you is that you're waiting on them and they might not come. Relying on an unpredictable lead flow is a horrible way to run a business. So the second reason that you've not adjusted to today's buyer's mindset is we're living in a world where a lot of buyers are coming with baggage. They've got tons of skepticism. We need to overcome that skepticism and build trust. I call this the trust tipping point. The trust tipping point is that moment in time when somebody's desire for your product or service turns into an absolute certainty. We've all done this. Have you looked on Amazon for a solution to a problem and you read a review from somebody who's already brought the same thing and it did exactly what he wanted it to? That's when you know you found the right product. That's when you've hit the trust tipping point. Now, everybody's trust tipping point is higher or lower, right? Some people are such an easy sell that you don't have to say much, but other people have tons of skepticism. These people need clear proof that you understand their problem. They want social proof like testimonials, case studies, and reviews. They want specific outcomes they can expect. A strong first impression of your website, They want relevance. They want to see themselves in your messaging. They want follow-up and visibility over time. They want transparency in pricing and process. And they want to feel a personal connection to you. It's one thing for you to know how to help them, but if they don't feel that connection, they feel like they can't be friends with you or something, some people won't work with you. They want a very low entry point or guarantee. They want validation from peers and respected sources. So customers want someone to solve their problem, but it's easy for them to get overwhelmed, right? It's something we say a lot. A confused buyer never buys, but an informed one always does. Confusion plus uncertainty equals indecision. So if you want business today, you need to create a clarity and certainty in the minds of your prospects. Just think, are you making an effort to do that? And where are you doing that so that they move forward with sales and purchases with you? So the third thing is you're not making enough offers. You're just not asking people for their business. You're waiting for them to come to you. You're assuming that they know you're there. And you're assuming that if they want something, they'll ask for it. When many people are just so busy with so many things, you just need to remind them that you're there. You need to stay on top of mind. You need to educate them on different ways you can help and different services that you provide. That will result in more business. This is the open for business paradox. Imagine if you owned a farm and sold at farmers markets. And you're like, gosh, sales have been down for the last month. Somebody asks how many markets you went to. And you tell them what, well, normally I do 3 or 4, but this month I've only gone to 2. Well, duh, you can't make sales if you're not open for business, right? I know that's kind of a silly example, but the same thing happens all the time with other types of businesses. You have the mindset that, gosh, if they wanted it, they would ask for it, especially if it's an existing customer. They know what you do. If they want more, they'll surely ask for it. I'll tell you this, if you're not making enough sales, you're probably not making enough offers. The king of marketing, Dan Kennedy, said that. Just make more offers and you'll make more sales. Now, the fourth reason and the last reason is you don't have a real plan. You're just doing the see what sticks syndrome. You're stuck in that. You're just throwing darts at different strategies. You don't know which strategies work and which ones don't, and you don't know how they work together. But so many businesses owners have this syndrome. They try a little bit of this and a little bit of that. They throw money at random tactics and hope something magically works. But there's no real plan, no real system. There's no real way to measure what's actually moving the needle. Bring some dollar signs in the chat or say me if you feel like this has been you in the past. I see that Ed guessed AI earlier. So everybody, all of you are always on the mark with your marketing tactics, I guess. It's actually a formula that works for building marketing, and I want to take a look at that. So it works this way in basic terms. You show up as credible and trustworthy to people that find you. You get in front of the people who are actively looking for you right now. We call those the hot buyers. And then you get visible in front of the people who are ideal prospects, but they're not looking yet. If you can nail these 3 things, then you're going to crush it. It's that simple. And when things are simple, that's usually when they work. But I'm going to break this down with a little more clarity. Again, do you show up credible and trustworthy online? Because if you don't have that, did I go backwards? No. If you don't have that credibility and trustworthiness, it doesn't matter if you're showing up in front of other people. They don't view you as trustworthy, you're not going to get sales. And then are you in the spots where people can find you? Especially the ones that are looking for you. 3, are you in the spots where people can find you that aren't looking for you? Because the inconvenient truth is that if customers are buying, they're buying, and it's just not from you. And that's easily fixed with secret number 3. So let's talk about how to find clients and customers who want your products and services today. And why is a framework important? I love frameworks. I love them because sometimes you need all these different puzzle pieces in order to bring something to work. Have you ever seen a competitor that just seems to be crushing it? And maybe they're doing certain things that you tried doing. Like I saw the video, I saw that they put up bus bench ads. So I put up a bus bench ad and it didn't seem to do much for me. Or I saw their advertising on Facebook. So I put an ad on Facebook and that didn't seem to do much for me either. You start out with, you start to get these thoughts that, well, I tried that already. I saw what they did. I did it. And I'm just not going to try it again. I've heard that a few times for business owners. Now, I don't know this physically fit guy in the photo, but in my gym rat days, I knew people like him. While I was working out 5 days a week for an hour at a time, they'd show up maybe 3 times a week, maybe just for 45 minutes. And yet their results were always better than mine. Well, I wasn't getting the whole picture. Those people were watching their diets, eating healthy foods that supported their workouts. They were taking walks during the day, making sure they got enough rest. I wasn't doing all of that. So my point here is that a holistic approach to being fit was getting the results I was looking for, but it wasn't just a single tactic. So how does that apply to marketing? Well, it's the same thing. Everybody wants the one thing you could do that's going to change everything. And I wish it worked that way. I wish it was that simple. You hear prospects and clients say they already tried a strategy that I recommended and it didn't work. And just like me, compared to those other gym goers, they probably weren't implementing a full strategy that the competitor was doing or what was required to support that. Maybe they were doing SEO, but their reviews were terrible. Or maybe they were doing SEO and doing well with that, but their website looked out of date and unprofessional. So there's more that goes on here, and that's why I want to give you this framework that's going to help tie this all together. We call this the customer activity roadmap. Most of my clients want this. They want more customer activity. And all I'm suggesting is if that's what you want, there's a logical set of steps that need to happen in order to get there. The first step is we need to have a strong marketing foundation. The job of the marketing foundation is to establish credibility. Establish credibility and the trust required to capture customers. Then we want to move to active searchers. These are the people who are actively searching for you. I love these people because these are like the hot buyers. They're the ones with the credit card in hand ready to buy. And the way to get in front of them is by creating visibility. You need to be in the spot where they're searching for you. The problem is there are only so many people who woke up searching for you. For example, think about a pool builder. Some people woke up this morning and decided they'd had enough of, or maybe didn't wake up this morning and think this, but they might have woken up some morning and they decided they'd had enough of the hot weather and they weren't going to go another summer without a pool. So they go online, search for pool builders, and make some calls about getting estimates. Those people are awesome. Guess what? The pool company doesn't need to convince them they need a pool. But there are only so many people who woke up with that intention. If you think of an iceberg, those people at the tip, those hot buyers are at the tip of the iceberg. But beneath that are a much larger group we call passive prospects. How many people would love a pool in their backyard but aren't thinking about that today? Maybe it's because they have a small backyard and they think it won't fit. But if they saw a before and after picture from a similar sized yard, maybe they change their mind. Maybe they think, wow, I can do that. Or maybe they don't think they can afford it. You just need to know about financing. Maybe they think it's a long process. And if you explain to them that it can be done in a certain number of weeks, it might seem more manageable. I hope that all makes sense. Let's start with the marketing foundation. So the foundation is all about establishing credibility. To do that, we need to make sure we have a professional website, right? It's making sure you have an awesome online reviews and also that your Google Business profile is set up and ready to go. Some enhanced strategies are the things might be doing social media as well, but those are the things that really establish your credibility as a business. If you don't have those foundational elements, it doesn't make sense for you to move on to the next levels. So why is the marketing foundation important? Without the foundation, all the other strategies will suffer or fail. So the 4 things that impact your foundation are the website, especially a site that looks professional and communicates clearly what you do. It's an online reputation that says you're a good company, and it's a complete Google Business profile listing with information that shows you're in business, and it's all the activity that shows what's happening in your social profiles. So here's some examples. Let's talk about your website first. The way I want to demonstrate this is by looking at your website as a storefront. Imagine you went online looking for a place to eat. You found something with a menu that sounded interesting and you decided to try it. So you drive down and get to the front of the building and it looks like the place on the left. Chances are you're not going to have lunch there, right? Even though you were able to it was able to capture your interest and get you there, once you see what the storefront looks like, you decide, nope, you're not eating there. Versus the building on the right. Looks inviting, it's professionally designed and well built. Same thing is happening online. How many people are going to your site and saying, nope, I'm not doing business with this one? You've all done it. You click to go to a website, and with a second and a half, you've formed an opinion about the business and how professional it is. We've all done it. You have to have a good-looking website that represents who you are, represents your brand, and makes you feel good. I've known business owners who are embarrassed to hand out their business cards because their website isn't up to snuff. If that's you, then it's definitely something you need to fix. The next one is your online reviews. These are like your personal references. Remember when prospective clients or customers used to ask for references from other businesses you've worked with? That doesn't happen as much anymore because Amazon started teaching everyone to shop based off of reviews. Google started putting reviews there for businesses, and people are seeing that even before talking to you. They're not even going to call you if you don't have good reviews. If you've got a 2.7 review score, they don't even want a sales proposal from you. So if you're not paying attention to your reviews, that might be one reason you're not getting the amount of customer activity you would expect. So there's some interesting stats on this slide. 93% of people read online reviews about local businesses. 97% of people are searching for local businesses online. That's almost everyone. 85% of people trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation. And 77% of consumers think that reviews older than 3 months just aren't relevant. You can't just, you can't just grab reviews from your favorite customers and never ask for another. They lose relevancy fast. So if people see that reviews are 2 or 3 years old, they might wonder whether you're still in business. So reviews are something you constantly need to attract to your business. It's not a one-time event. It's a forever type of thing. Most consumers look at 2 or more review sites before making a decision. So it's not just about Google. You might need to think about sites like Facebook, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, and others to generate reviews. So just want to share one story that another agency owner told me about. He's a member of some business groups that encourage referrals, and a friend asked him if he knew any pediatricians. So the agency owner told him about a pediatrician in his business group. The next time he met his friend, he asked if he had gone to the recommended physician, pediatrician. Nope, he said. He had a 1.8 reading on Google. Why would I call him? So he kept searching online and found a pediatrician with much better reviews. This was a word of mouth referral that didn't come through because of poor reviews. So after we have that strong marketing foundation in place, it's time to look for active searchers. Again, as I mentioned, active searchers are the people who are looking for you right now. These are the hot buyers. If somebody's searching, there's really only one spot that they're doing, right? Doing that. It's Google. And there are only two strategies that you can use to get in front of those people. The first is pay per click. You could pay to be at the top there. You can see that they all say ad or it could say sponsored in small letters, and you only pay when somebody clicks on the ad. So if you want the quickest and fastest way to get in front of people and hot buyers who are looking for you, pay per click is the way to go. The thing is, you always have to pay per click. Local SEO is leveraging strategies that allow you to get into this, what marketers call the map pack. This example shows a search for window replacement in Tucson, Arizona. It's going to show spots around Tucson where you could go, and we're instantly seeing that. So again, pay-per-click is at the top, along with the AI results these days. And paid searching, paid advertising is a fee paid every time someone clicks on the ad. Advertisers can collect the keyword or the keyword phrases that they want to target, and then that they want to show up for. You can set a daily budget, which is a pretty attractive feature. With local SEO, these map listings have local intent. Rankings can change based on relevance and geography. For example, if you're on one side of town, you might see different results than somebody who's on the opposite side of town. Google's trying to make it convenient for searchers to go somewhere close by. The other thing is that rankings are influenced by lots of factors, and there are a lot of things we can do to affect that. But once you rank there and in a good spot, you don't have to pay for every single click that comes through that section of search results. So to illustrate the idea of that what searchers see is different depending on where they are, Google has a personalized search. So depending on where you are, you see different results. Sometimes when I'm talking to clients about search optimization, they'll reply that they're good. They searched for their name and they were right there at the top of the results. Well, the reason that's happening is because of where you're searching. A company has low visibility. Yeah, so depending on where you are, you're going to see different results. And here's an example of that. So a company that has red all over the place here on the left, they're not being seen at all. Somebody with medium visibility, like the image in the middle, is somebody who's being found on search close to their business location, but the further away you are from that location, the less likely it is that they're being shown in search. And then, of course, if you have visibility everywhere, you get the nice greens all over the place. So this particular graph shows a roofing contractor who told me he doesn't need local search optimization. You can see that number one is right there in the middle where his office is. But you don't have to go very far away from his office to see red. Now, he doesn't want to do business close to his office. He wants to install roofs all over the area. So I'm able to run reports that help you look at this type of information everywhere, so you don't have to drive around town trying to figure out how you show up in search results in different spots. So that's what I wanted to cover with active searchers, the hot buyers. Now let's talk a little bit about passive prospects. Passive prospects are people who would make great opportunities for you to offer, but they're not looking for you. Because they're not looking for you, that means we have to create some awareness. Social media is great for that. Social media helps answer questions like, are you open? Can I work with you? Have you shifted any of your products or services? Are you offering any special deals? Are any of your products selling more than others? Those sorts of things. There's one problem with that approach when you're doing that on social. Nobody's seeing your posts. Slowly but surely, Facebook has eliminated everyone's organic or unpaid reach because they've got so many businesses willing to pay to get in front of people who are on Facebook, and that much less of the organic posts are working. So this is where two kinds of Facebook ads come in: billboard ads and boomerang ads. The billboard ads are like display ads. They allow us to get our message in front of people that we're not connected to on Facebook, but match certain criteria. So I can say, for example, I want only homeowners to see an ad, and I want only homeowners in the top percent of income zones because I build luxury pools, and I only want to work with the wealthier homeowners. I'm looking for somebody that's married, with children, and Facebook has insights into all those types of people and how we can reach them. Key thing here is that unlike a billboard, like on the road, 90% of the people who drive by don't want or need whatever is on that sign. This is only being shown to people who are in your target audience. Then we have what we call boomerang ads, often known as retargeting ads. So these are all about bringing back prospects. I'm sure you've all searched for something online, maybe a new bicycle. And right after you visit a few bike websites, you start seeing ads from the brands that you looked at. Everywhere you go, the bike is following you around. The ads encourage you to come back or offer a discount. These are boomerang ads. And the reason that you see them so much is because they work. It helps keep your brand top of mind. So, for example, we could show ads to people who visited my website in the last 30 days, spent more than a minute there, and maybe just did not fill out a contact form. So this is offering the next step. You were looking, and then life got in the way and interrupted your search. Come back, get your painting quote from Valencia. And as a business, they already went to your site and already spent a decent amount of time there. So this is how they work. This little map. People go to your website. A little piece of code gets put on their browser, and then when they go to Facebook later on, the ad shows up in Facebook. They go back to your website and then hopefully become a customer. I hope you're seeing the power of this framework, and that it really does generate more customer activity. It covers everything that's needed. It establishes a trusted credibility with a marketing foundation. It leverages the things that are designed to get in front of hot prospects. And then finally, you got strategies intended to get in front of people who might not be looking for you right now, but are great candidates. So today we've covered three things that are required to help you acquire and activate customers who still need your services and products, even in today's competitive and unpredictable market. So we got secret number one, now's the time. We saw that in Google Trends. Number two, the real reason people aren't buying from you. And I'm sure there are some of you who fit one of those categories. Maybe there's just one or two things you need to tweak to get things flowing again. And the final secret is how to find clients and customers who want your products and services, but maybe not right now. So we came through and checked all the boxes that relates to these ideas and how you can fix your online strategy and approach your business in order to activate those customers. So go ahead and put something in the chat about what are the top 3 things you took away from today's training? Maybe it was just an idea. Or a shift in how you think about your marketing and whether or not people are actually looking for you. What was it for you? Top 3 things. Go ahead, put something in the chat. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. Nice to see you there, Stacy. Anybody else? Yeah. Yeah, we always, Keith, we always tend to think that whatever's happening now is going to continue tomorrow when that's not, obviously, that's not true. If you take some action today, things can change. Yeah, I like those 3, Amanda. That's good. Yeah, and Ed, my friend, always pushing to get going now. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And there'll be a little more time for questions if you want at the end. Want to just go through a couple more things. We're kind of at a point now where you have a couple of options. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm dealing with too many computers. So you've got a couple of choices. You can, and we, as after you've seen this, I kind of want to set you up for success. So you can go it alone and try to figure this all out without any help, and that's cool. Um, not a problem. I hope we've learned enough from this to get started a little bit. The other thing is to get it right the first time by learning from someone that's already figured it out and has done it successfully. So if you chose the second one, that's a smart decision, and here's why. I want to give value to everybody that connects with me, and I appreciate that all of you have done that today. So what I want to do is offer you a chance to get some extra help. So I'd like to offer what I call a customized playbook for your business or your organization. Um, inside that, inside what's we talk about what's required for a marketing foundation, what you need to do to get in front of active searchers, and how to get in front of passive prospects. Of course, I can't tell you all individually today how to do that for your businesses, but I can offer you a chance to talk to me, go through a little bit of a conversation to learn a little bit more about your organization and business and how you're doing with your marketing, and then put together the playbook. It's a really valuable, insightful report. It looks at all different factors that are affecting your online marketing right now. Take some time to put together, but like I said, I like to give value to the people who come into my world. We do some audience insights. We get some search volume statistics for you. Look at your Google Business Profile. Check out your website to see if it's checking all the boxes for good performance. And if you want to sign up to get this after hearing everything that I've said today, just go to this website, go.whitmarkdigital.com/playbook. And we can get you going. You can use the playbook a couple different ways. You can take what I give you and hand it off to somebody that knows what they're doing, and or you could have it go to your staff if you have one and ask them to take a look and implement some of those things. Or you could take the playbook and do it yourself. Might be challenging, and I don't necessarily recommend that because your time is probably best spent working in your own zone of genius, but and doing the thing that you're skilled to do. Or the last thing you do is talk to me after all that and talk to me about my marketing services. So any of those options are available. And I mean, the alternative is you've learned a lot today, so why not, why not do something about it? If you decide to go this alone and waste a few hours, and you can get started and at least get some insight after you get the playbook. Then hopefully you won't waste any time. That's a risk. You try to do something that doesn't quite work right. But if nothing else, just take the next step. That's the main thing. Just promise you'll do something. Don't just leave this webinar and put it away. Move ahead in some direction. It's going to get you better results for your business. You might be seeing that you need to shift something, or if you want to get more customer activity. And if it's not with me, promise me you'll do it. Do something else. Things never go back to the way they were. You just have to do something, and hope that you'll take the first step by ordering a playbook. And that's what I got. There's the web address again, go.whitmarkdigital.com/playbook. You'll be getting some follow-up emails with that link as well. So let me ask, are there any questions? We are at an hour, and I know Amanda has to bug out. But is there anything I can answer for anybody else? Yeah, you guys are welcome. Thank you all for being here. All right, enjoy, Amanda. You're welcome, Ed. Hi, Stacy. Anybody else? Good to see you here, Keith. I appreciate your support. Kate, any questions? You can unmute if you want. Okay. I'm not seeing anything. So feel free to take off. I'm going to end the webinar now. There will be a recording available, and you'll get a note about that. And again, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend.